everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be kind of like a wear test of the OPI collection, the new Tokyo collection. I don't know if it's the newest collection, but I received this maybe about 2 months ago now from Influenster. So I did receive this from Influenster. I received the GelColor. So I was actually surprised that I received the GelColor system because I'm not a licensed technician. I've just been doing nails since I was really young. So I've been dabbling with like nail art related things, I'd say for about 20 years or so. But yeah, let me stop babbling and let's get into what this video is about. So the three colors that I received from the OPI like Tokyo GelColor collection is this really pretty pink one called Another Romantic Evening, and then this one is Chopsticks and Stones. It's this really pretty navy color, has a little bit of sparkle in it. The pink one is just a basic cream, and then this one is Susie-san climbs Fuji-san. So I did a manicure using these two, the pink and the teal one, and that's what I'm wearing on my nails today. I haven't had much nail growth because I stopped taking biotin, and normally when I take biotin, my nails grow faster, which is, you know, obviously a byproduct of taking biotin, but I stopped taking biotin for a while, and normally my nails grow out very, very slowly. So the nail growth that you see, I took a before picture when I first did this manicure and a picture maybe about 5 minutes ago. The second picture you'll see is 3 weeks of growth. I will say this before I get like in detail, in depth about, you know, my full review on this gel polish collection. I typically have issues with gel polishes, even professional gel polishes like shellac, like C&D shellac, gel manicures that you get done at a salon. I always have an issue with them because I wash my hands a lot. I wear gloves because I am a chemistry major. I'm constantly washing dishes, like, so I get a lot of lifting when it comes to wearing gel polishes. Let me get into the full review. I'm gonna start with the application process, the wear time, and then I will give you an update. I haven't removed this yet. I don't know how this removes, but I'll give you an update, or I'll put somewhere on the screen. I'm gonna remove it right after this video to let you know how easy it was to remove, especially in comparison to other polishes. Let's start with the application. So they not only sent me the three colors, but they also sent me the top coat and the base coat. I looked up how to apply this polish, and I followed the instructions that OPI gave me. So it said to first apply your base coat and then cure before you apply any gel color. So that's exactly what I did. I applied one coat of the base coat. I cured it for 30 seconds like it said. And then for the manicure I'm wearing today, on just the solid teal color, this is 3 very thin coats of gel polish color. I ended up doing 3 because I always like to do very, very thin coats of gel polish color. If I do too thick of a coat, I always have issues with peeling or it being kind of like uneven or something like that. So I like to do my full hand before I cure it. One thing I did notice with this that doesn't happen in comparison to other polishes, other gel polishes that I've tried, especially by doing that method where I do a complete hand and then cure the hand together, is this doesn't shrink. And what I mean by that is sometimes with gel polish colors, when you apply the color, it'll start to kind of shrink back from the tip of the nail, and I don't really see that happening with this, which I appreciate because like I said, I like to do the full hand and not do nail by nail. So I ended up doing 3 coats of this because 2 coats was just a little too, it wasn't quite opaque enough. It's not that I could see my visible nail line. I feel like these colors are pretty opaque. You could get away with just 2 coats of this gel polish, but I just felt more comfortable and the color looked much more vibrant, more intense, and more opaque when I did 3 very thin coats. The polish was easy to work with. Again, this is a gel polish, so you have to make sure that you clean up your edges and everything is good to go before you cure it. So with the pink polish, same thing. I didn't really have any issues with it. Even though it's a lighter color, it's just as opaque as the teal. And I still ended up doing 3 coats with this before I did this little dotted cure design. So I did 3 coats, cured in between every coat, and then after the 3rd coat I went in with a dotting tool with the teal color and just did this really pretty little dotted cure design and then cured the dotted cure design. It is a little bit textured, but I kind of like it. It's not extremely textured where it'll like catch on anything. Now the true test was going to be the top coat, because an issue that I have with a lot of gel polish colors is that when I'm applying the top coat, I really have to float the top coat because it tends to pull some of that color off as I'm applying the top coat. So basically that means that the color underneath hasn't really cured 100% and it's still kind of coming off. I appreciate that the color didn't really come off with this formulation because I like to apply a very, very thin coat of top coat, especially with this system because you have a base coat, and I would recommend 3 coats of color, and then on top of that you're doing a top coat. You want to make sure every single coat is thin, otherwise you're going to get a very like thick manicure. So I cured the top coat based on the instructions that I was given. I believe it's 30 seconds, and then I wiped it off with an isopropyl alcohol pad and I was good to go. Unfortunately, this top coat is one that you do have to wipe off, but I didn't really have an issue with it. It didn't really make the top coat dull or anything like that. My end result, as you guys can see from the pictures, was a very beautiful manicure. It was nice and glossy, but the best part about the finished manicure is that it wasn't very thick at all, which I appreciate because that's kind of my biggest pet peeve with gel manicures that I have with the different formulations, is that I end up with a very, very thick manicure. So let's talk about wear time. I wore this manicure, like I said, for 3 straight weeks, and I didn't experience any lifting until about 2 days ago. And really the only lifting I have is right here. I took a picture of it, but right here on my thumbnail, on the very, very edge, as you guys can see, there is a little bit of lifting here. I'll try and get a close-up of this, but there's some lifting here on this very, very edge of my thumbnail, but that's the only part, that's the only nail that I have that has lifting on my non-dominant hand. So this is on my left hand. And then on my dominant hand, there's really no lifting on any of the nails, especially my thumbnail, because my thumbnail tends to be, like, if I'm gonna have any damage, it's gonna be on this part of the nail, and there's no lifting on that side of the nail. And this one right here, this was actually an accident, and this happened yesterday. So my whole nail broke. I don't know if you can see that. I am gonna unfortunately have to cut my nail, but my whole nail broke, and that's the reason why this whole thing chipped off. So this chip didn't appear until yesterday, until I actually broke my nail, and then as you can see, my other nails are absolutely fine. Other than that, I don't have any lifting, not even around like the cuticle area, like nothing. Only 2 places I have lifting are on this thumbnail, on my non-dominant hand, and on the nail that broke. So I would say that after 3 weeks of wear, and I'm very, very tough on my nails, I typically end up having to change my manicure in a few days because of some type of chipping. Like I said, I wash dishes, I cook every single day, I'm a chemistry student. Just being a student alone, where I'm having to take books in and out of my backpack, and some of my textbooks are pretty thick, pretty heavy. All of these things typically damage my nails, and I didn't see any damage on these nails until starting about 2 days ago when I first started noticing you know, this little lifting on my thumb here. So personally, I would say this is pretty good. And then of course the last thing we have to look at is the removal process, and like I said, I will leave that information somewhere on the screen for you guys, letting you know how that went. But just based on what I've seen videos of removing this, it removes like a traditional nail polish or gel polish. You do have to soak it, and then it should come right off. So overall, I really like this gel polish formula. But I will say that these are marketed for professionals only. So I went on the OPI website, and you can only purchase these if you are a professional. However, I found one website, which I've actually purchased OPI nail polishes through that website before, that do sell the gel colors, and you don't have to have a license. I think it's beyondpolish.com. You don't have to have a license in order to purchase the gel colors. So the reason I wanted to do this review is really for 2 people. So one, the person who goes to the salon and they may have this OPI gel color available at the salon, I would recommend this brand. Like I said, I've tried several other gel polish brands. I've tried the C&D Shellac, and I really wouldn't recommend those. This is really the first gel polish that I've ever tried that I can actually say wears for more than a week. If you're gonna get a professional manicure, I would want my professional manicure to last more than a week. So I would recommend this if you do see it at a salon. And I would also recommend this if you wanted to purchase this to do a manicure at home. I don't know necessarily if the Tokyo collection has the most unique colors. I could probably quite easily dupe any of the colors that I received. Even though they are lovely colors, I wouldn't go out and say specifically buy these colors unless you don't have them already in your collection and you were looking for a color like this. But what I did see is that they do have a lot of their core colors, a lot of the core colors in the OPI line in this gel color formulation. So overall, what are my thoughts? My thoughts are that this is an excellent product. I would recommend it if you are a person who likes to wear a manicure for longer than a week, for longer than even 2 weeks. Because I'm a person that's constantly changing out my nail polish color, I personally wouldn't use a product like this. The only reason I was able to really do this wear test for you guys is because I'm in finals week and I don't really have time, or I haven't really had time in the past couple of weeks to change out my nail polish color. So those are my final thoughts on this OPI gel color system. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, my opinions, and a review of the products, and hopefully you guys found this helpful. Please give it a thumbs up if you do. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I am currently not really posting on a steady schedule. Like I said, this is finals week, but when I get back into it, I should be posting 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and then on Sundays I like to film a plan with me. So hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.